Okay, sorry about that. Somebody came out and talked to me about the car. Does have aftermarket exhaust. It is just perfect with the right amount of performance sound, and without it being overbearing and flood the cabin. SPL pressures with too much sound. So when you get on it, you can tell. Sounds really good. Sounds throaty. Sounds European. So it does have tint on the windows. There's not really much done to the car as far as aftermarket is concerned. It does have a aftermarket touchscreen head unit for the stereo system. It's got nav and Bluetooth and all the latest technology as far as interfacing with iPhones and stuff like that. That wasn't really common in 2005. So it's in that regard, it's a good upgrade. A common thing that you can kind of get an idea how well the car was taken care of or how hard it was driven. I like to do a walk around on the wheels. Now these wheels have been dipped with a rubber compound material that kind of gave it it was dipped in black, so it gave it what the look murdering out a vehicle, I guess is what they're calling it these days, where they try to take any of the bright work and turn it black and dark windows, and it's got a really mean, aggressive look to it. That has since been removed. There are places deep inside where the lug nuts are that still resembles a little bit of that film, of that rubber coating or that dip. It's not a huge undertaking to get the remaining off of that. It comes off pretty easily, honestly. So I wanted to make you aware of that. But going back to the wheels and how it relates to how the car's really been driven and taken care of. If the car's driven hard and sliding in and out of turns and things of that nature, inevitably you're going to have some rash on the wheels where it's been curved. All four wheels I've inspected and there is none of that. Front clip of the vehicle, a common thing you run into, especially car dealerships, is where they spray the front bumpers. The bumpers are a little edgy. Just have a little bit of rock chipping on them. Dealers will go ahead and spray them, but this has not been sprayed. So it's the original OEM paint on the front clip. Another thing that you look at on the vehicle of this vintage is definitely the headlight assemblies. This is crystal clear. It is not fogged up, clouded up in any way, or gotten milky. So that tells me it hasn't been exposed to too much sun, just exposure to the elements. So those look brand new. Might even venture to say that they could be replacements because they do look that new. And yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that is a new style light assembly. I'm not 100%, but I'll verify that. Going over the hood, it's not a ton. There's not. I'm not saying it's flawless. It is an 05 vehicle. I'm just saying that the chips are minimal. Come in on here. You have 1, 2, 3. There might be a small handful on here, but they're very small. They're very inclusive there. They don't really jump out at you. Obviously there is no hail damage on the car. I've already brought that to someone's attention, or actually we wouldn't even be selling it. Walk around the back side of the car. I'm gonna get this lower. Threshold here. No signs of going over a curb. Jacks placed in the wrong positions, things of that nature. The wheel wells look really good. I mean, overall it looks pretty flawless. Walking around to the rear of the vehicle, once again, the rear clip, unscathed. It's original. There's no paint on it, and obviously the Carfax is clean. So when I'm doing this type of video with a client that's further along in the buying process, this is really about exposing imperfections more so than it is to highlight the beauty of the car. The car is phenomenal, and for an 05, it's in amazing condition. I can walk over to a 14 model and 15 model and change the wheels out on it, and I promise you the car looks really, really close to a new vehicle. Get up underneath here. I don't have the type of exhaust system, which is something I've typically researched, but it is a high-end aftermarket exhaust system. I will get that information to you as well. No door dings. Here is, if you can see that or not, try to capture it. Small little. Here is a rock chip here, right around the gas cap. Looks like that someone has put touch-up paint. Once again, this doesn't really, you really got to look for it. No door dings on the fenders, on the doors. Once again, it's really, really super clean vehicle. Going over the glass. There's no spurs, there's no cracks, there's no spider webbing, there's no separation. You do get some separation on some of the older windshields where it's cloudy. Tint looks good. Let's look inside. It's been detailed once. Had some rain. I have not had the guys touch it again since. So it does have, you know, a little gravel on the floorboard. People's feet getting in and out of it. Focusing in on the on all the rubber and all the seals. They're still soft. They're not compressed and hard where you start getting wind noise, things of that nature, because the seals are bad, and there's certainly no signs of any kind of moisture or water leaking in. Shining up inside the jam, very clean. Detail guys are pretty good, but they're not that good. It's just a really clean car. Pop the hood. Got the rod set. There's your standard V6, high rev, 3.5 engine. And it's super clean. I don't see anywhere where fluids have been spilled or anything along those lines. It's just really, really clean. We did do a service on the vehicle. Made sure that it's ready to go. Did our DOT inspection that we're liable for, and anything and everything that it needed past that inspection has been done. Although the guy took really good care of it. Just pulling out the dipstick here. On high mile vehicles, it's a good thing to look for, and it's one thing that I'll pull out. And I don't know how well this is coming into focus, so let's see if I can get some kind of contrast back here. You notice that the dipstick is like brand new. There's no burning, there's no dark places where the oil has been burned or hot or taken down to an extremely low level. If the car's ever been overheated or abused on oil changes, one way to look at that is to pull the dipstick and see if there's any burn marks on it. The oil in the dipstick looks brand new. So there's another indicator that you can tell that the car has been well maintained and taken care of. I'm just going to leave that out now instead of trying to put it back in and holding the camera at the same time. Once again, no apologies. Feeling my hand around this front clip like I would do if I was appraising a vehicle. And there's no signs or no feeling of any kind of tape line from any kind of paintwork done on the vehicle. And I usually go all the way around. I feel the seams. And trust me, if you did it one time and was pointed out to you, you would know. If you felt overspray, you can also see fish eyes and see trash in the paint, regardless of how good the body shop was. Alright, so I'm going to make my way back around to the front. Once again, I am looking for things to draw out in the vehicle. That could be a negative, or not really a negative. I mean, you're expecting an 05 vehicle not to be perfect, but with the financial obligation, to point out any flaws is basically building some integrity that you know what you're getting yourself into. I'm going to get back into the vehicle. Zoom all the way out here best I can. It is a 6-speed. I don't know how well this audio is coming over. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down. I'm also going to turn down the air, which is blows pretty ice cold, by the way. Mile verification here. Here's the mileage, 48,718. Sounds really good. See here, little spike here. Once again, this is an aftermarket high-end Sony touchscreen. It does have USB ports. It does have Bluetooth. Listening to the vehicle, I've done a lot of 12-volt audio stuff in my younger days, and it's definitely been replaced as far as the mids and highs with some sort of high-end mid-range speaker assembly separates. And he did pull an amplifier and subwoofer out of it. All the wiring is there. It is unfused. It's all done with grommets, and it was done at a professional shop. I've seen enough of it to know that it wasn't a weekend warrior or a backyard attempt to put in a sound system. It's all done professionally, and I can point that out to you when you get here as well. So I would imagine, just at first glance, I would imagine there's a minimum of a couple $3,000 tied up in the audio system. Once again, you can add a subwoofer simply by adding an amplifier, and all the wiring is there just to plug it in, and it'll be pretty quick and easy installation there, so it's not anything to break the bank. Here is a microphone, because it does tie into your cell phone for hands-free. Really, really nice system. It's not cheesy in the slightest. So, zooming back here, I mean, I would like to point out any kind of scratches and things of that nature on all this ABS plastic, which is world-renowned, known for that, but there is none. There really isn't. There is, let me see what I've got in focus here. It's obviously the lug nut lock. Absolutely 1000% a non-smoking vehicle. Cup holder here. actually a 12-volt outlet down in there, which I didn't realize that. Once again, I know I'm being repetitive, but there's no apologies. There is not a Mark 1 on the headliner. And remember, this vehicle's going on 10 years old. So certainly the way to buy one. Shading a little bit. So that makes it just a really tremendous value. I'm going to shut the hood and take it for a quick spin and see what we can capture there, and just once again, just hopefully building up your confidence that this is a really nice vehicle that will meet your expectations once you get here. So check my emergency brake, neutral, and close the hood.